Okay, back to Late Night Show here on sambotimes.com and still with our special guest here. Special for us. Ma'am Hernandez. Hindi Elenita, no. Edelisa. So, ma'am, welcome back. I want to know how far have you done with this advocacy and fighting for justice to protect our victims of torture and injustices. Sa yung experience nito, hindi yung success. Kung meron kayong naalala na naging challenging to you, naging very, sabi natin, memorable sa iyo na pinaglalaban natin.
I think one of the, I should say, the most successful is the Manalo case. This is the first case wherein the court recognizes that the documentation done by our doctor, Dr. Ben Molino, which is the case of documentation of torture, at ang ni-recognize first ever ng court natin, Supreme Court, na because of our documentation, he believes that there is a case na itong taong to ay na-torture, so therefore, under the custody of those who arrest him. Because of that, learning from that, kaya namin pinush pa yung training ng mga doctors. That's the most successful case ever. Kasi, kaya kami naniniwalang successful siya, wala pang anti-torture law noong 2008. Anti-torture law was approved in 2009. So, tapos second is that, given the fact na nag-document lang ang doktor, at ginamit naman niya yung standard, which we call Istanbul Protocol, nung ginamit niya yung standard na yun, pinaniwalaan din ng korte yun, kasi it is the most accepted standard. Yun yung nagbigay sa amin ng recognition ng kaunti at nasa Supreme Court decision siya. So, mababasa po yun sa Manalo case, brothers. Yung hindi naman successful, yung case na kailan lang, na kahit anong nag-document na kami ng maayos, paniniwala pa rin ng piskal, nasa piskal level pa lang, bagsak na yung case ng torture. Kasi merong isang, ang tawag nila doon dahil sa kulang sa ebidensya o technicality, natalo kami doon sa pagbibigay ng ebidensya, or actually hindi kami, yun daw victim, para sa tingin ng piskal, ay hindi kaya niyang i-prove beyond reasonable doubt yung kaso na yun. Hindi pa dahil sa documentation namin. So sayang, no? Kasi may mga practical pa lang mga bagay. Hindi pa doon kami nag-guide sa fiscal or sa prosecutor. Kung hindi doon sa mga bagay na practical na mali For example, ang reason daw ng prosecutor kasi nga hindi mo naman nakita Paano mo sasabing siyang nag-torture sa'yo? Yung mga ganun bagay. Practical, di ba?
Ganun, sometimes it's not technicality. It's trickery. Diba? Trick yun Anyway, depende rin siguro sa yung abogado natin, yung prosecution, at yung circumstances that situation. So far yun. So how do you feel as a human rights fighter now, personally?
Personally, success and failure is the same, no? Parang it gives you more push, no? Para to do more, to be good next time. It does not bring you down. It does not make you step backward. No? The more that you have to improve yourself, enhance your skills, kaya hindi naman sa pagyayabang kapatid na Bernie, kami 3 dekada na sa trabaho ito. So, kung kami pala suko, matagal na kami sumuko. Pero katulad din ninyo, meron din siguro tayong kanya-kanya lang na aspirasyon. At isang aspirasyon namin, personal din, ay makita nga yung pagkakataon na mayroong konting pagbabago at nakakamit ng tao, yung kaunting hustisya, o kailangan may hustisya mangyayari. Kaya siguro tulak kami ng tulak sa sarili namin to do more, to be good more.
That's why, leading yung question ko, it seems that you have the drive. You really have the... How do you define yourself? Your personal and your family life. You're so energetic and siguro you could tell us.
Actually, tama yun, no? Hindi nasa proper, ano to, tawag lang natin yung management. Pero kahit buhay naman natin yung manage.
Yes.
Pero hindi rin totoo na namamanage mong lahat. May mga sacrifices na nangyari. Lucky lang ako dahil mayroon akong nasa kapaligid sa akin, hindi lang yung husband ko, pati yung mga co-workers mo na nagsusupport sa iyo, no? Meron kang nasasakripisyo, for example, na nandito ako, isang linggo kami dito, katulad ng ibang mga kasamahan ko, nandito kami, yung mga tawag natin, yung mga back, ano mo dyan, mga kapartner mo sa buhay, pati pamilya, pag hindi sila nasuporta, wala eh. Aabutin kami talaga ng hiwalayan. Sa trabahong ito, katulad ng trabaho ng media, 24 hours, 24/7 tayo. Hindi pwedeng ganyan lang natin. Pero, sa isang banda, nagdideklara din naman kami ng konting pahinga. So, pagka ganon, minamaximize naman namin. Pagbalik halimbawa ng Maynila at merong mga pagkakataon na magpahinga ka, gagawin mo talaga lahat. Ibibigay mo naman para ng isang buo sa pamilya mo, isang araw na may pagkakataon kayo magsama. Ganun lang talaga siya. So, complementary dapat.
Adjustment.
Oo, complementary.
How do you think of it? 7 months ago, ganito pa rin kayo. Maintain pa rin. May sekreto kayo? You take vitamins or you jog sometimes or have some exercise? Or
Wala po.
proper diet?
Actually, wala po akong exercise. Ako po naniniwala na ako din naman ay tumatanda na ang akin na lang ngayong ginagawa ay chine-check once in a while yung aking health. Pero, masasabi ko lang, siguro dahil sa kaya ka energetic at alive everyday, dahil may anong kang tinakda sa sarili mong aspirasyon o layunin, at siguro yun lang yung susi eh. Wala po akong masyadong alam na ano to, anting-anting para sa aking sarili. Kung uso man ng tungi patchoy ngayon, yung mga amulets nating ilalabas yan. Ang amulets ko yung aspirasyon at objective sa
Because
buhay.
you love what you're doing.
Opo. You just love what I do. I just love what I do.
And you know what you want.
Oo. Dapat alam mo rin yun.
Yeah. Is your better half also involved in this kind of calling?
Swerte din po ako ang aking kapartner sa buhay ganyan, no? Siya din na sa isang NGO at mas humanitarian work naman siya.
Wiki question, have kids?
Opo, tatlo.
Sila, malaki na.
Opo. Ang aking panganay po katatapos lang ng teacher at nakapasang maging teacher. Last year po siya nagtapos. Ang aking pangalawa ay office and computer management, pero matatapos din siya this year, no? Sa March. Ang aking bunso po ay hindi po, lahat po sila ay babae at yung bunso ko po ay civil engineer, puro babae.
Talaga. Pero mayroon sumasama sa pwesto.
Opo. Meron pangalawa ko.
May pag nasa part-time pa nauna pa siya.
Baka.
Sa paglaban.
Baka po. Basta alam ko, active siya sa kanyang youth organization.
What's your favorite color?
Ano ba yan? Brown, siguro. Kaya madaling sagot yan, brown.
Do you still have time to watch movies or...
Ayoko.
Meron pa rin.
Favorite ko po yan. Yan yung mga pastime ko. Magbasa ng libro at saka manood ng sine. Na-imbibe na rin ng mga anak ko. Kaya pag nagbabasa kami ng libro, palitan lang ang palitan. Kaya 5 kami nagbabasa.
What's your sport? Yeah, there's
Volleyball po.
Naglalaro pa rin.
Hindi na po. Alagay ko, hindi na kaya ng tuhod ko yung tumakbo at tabuli ng bola.
Okay. So, it's really an opportunity, a great opportunity for us to have you. Dahil sa pamagitan nito, we shall be able to open the door sa more advocacy to come and shape this part of the country so that once again we will rise from the darkness of injustices na sometimes hindi natin nakikita at natatanggap na lang natin na tama. Yun pala hindi. So anyway, if you have some message or you want to say something to our people who will be the eventual receiving end, I mean, yung beneficiaries of all this, is this will go far and wide, the message. Go ahead.
First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Bernie Concepcion for this interview. In fact, it is a pleasure and honor to be here and and this also provides us an opportunity to say to every public health doctors that they have a role in providing just access to justice for the victims of not only human rights but also other crimes by doing their work properly and diligently. And for those who were victims of human rights especially, don't be afraid because you have people behind you. For example, doctors that can provide evidence and human rights organization as your support. And third, I think in behalf of our organization, the Medical Action Group, we would like you to know that we will continue to strive for the Filipinos to have defend their right to health, if not their human rights. Again, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Amid the ups and downs, the success and failures of a very committed endeavor, public-spiritedly commitment, there is always inspiration and hope that is awaiting us somewhere in the horizon. Well, we just heard our special guest tonight here on Late Night Show. I describe her as selfless, unperturbed, unceasing lady with the commitment to make a better place to live in. And I say, Ma'am Edelisa Hernandez here, maybe I could tell that she's one that is very articulate of what she's doing, what she's exposing to our people, sharing skills and talents and the knowledge that the people ought to know. And these trying times, I believe we need more Mrs. Hernandez to be among us, living souls. So thank you very much for this time and for this opportunity and the information that we've teased out to our listeners.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.